Hey there, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Sherry.
And we are the mother-daughter designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we teach you how to transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home. Today we have a really fun project that I think that you guys are going to absolutely love. We are going to be making a tabletop mesh pumpkin. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you what we're working with today. So pretty much everything that we have today you can purchase at Dollar Tree. We have some orange mesh. Now this is 6 inches by 5 yards. If you can only find the 10-inch mesh, that is fine. You can use that too. So we've got it in 2 different colors. Now we have our main orange that's going to be the main pumpkin, and then we have this darker that's going to actually be our leaf. So you could use green if you wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah. You could use burlap. You can use like this rust color brown like we're using. It's all up to you.
Yes.
Now we also have some pipe cleaner or tinsel stems that you can find at the Dollar Tree. Then we have some styrofoam pieces. You will need 2 of these.
Yes, and there again, those came from Dollar Tree.
Yes. So you'll need scissors. You'll need some type of floral picks or something to secure it with. We're using floral picks. You're going to need a glue gun and glue. And then for our stem, we are using just actually this is the middle of a piece of, or a ribbon roll.
Right.
So we're just using some scraps that we're going to cover in twine. But if you wanted to use an actual stick from your yard for the stem, you could use that too.
Sure, you could. You could use just about anything like that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started actually making our tabletop pumpkin. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 styrofoam pieces and you're going to glue them together. So I've got a glue pot here that I use, but you can absolutely just use a glue gun, but you do really want to use hot glue. So what I'm doing, I'm just dipping my stick just in there just a little bit. And getting my glue all over there. So you want a good amount of glue.
You definitely want them to stay stuck together.
Yeah, you want to make sure that they stay stuck together. So you do want to give it a good amount of glue, just like that. And if you, like I said, if you have your glue gun, you'll just squirt it on there. And then you're just going to put them together just like that.
Yep, so now you've got a barrel.
So yes, it looks like a barrel. Okay, so we're going to just let that dry for just a few seconds.
That's right, and in the meantime, we are going to get all of our pipe cleaners ready and our floral pins.
Yeah, so what we've done with the pipe cleaners, we've actually cut them in half.
Yes.
Ours came pretty long. I think they were around 12 inches. You ideally want your pipe cleaners to be about 6 inches.
Exactly.
So you want to cut them to be about 6 inches.
That's right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of our pipe cleaners, just like this, and we're going to take our floral pin, and we're just going to stick the floral pin straight through and just get our pipe cleaners stuck just like this. And we're going to go around and do that. We want anywhere from, depending on what size your styrofoam is, you want around 6 to 8 bundles like this. So we're just going to put them together like that.
Now the styrofoam that we're using is around 4 inches. I think it's 3.8 inches to be exact. But the size of your pumpkin will depend on how large your styrofoam barrel is. So
as you see, we've done that just like that. Now this is all the way at the top. So all you're doing is you're just bending your pipe cleaners, and then you're just going to put the pin straight through just to pin them on, just like that. So we've got 4 there, so let me do my last ones. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so now we are going to put ours around the bottom of our styrofoam. Now you don't want to put them on the very bottom of it, because then you're not going to be able to sit it firmly. So we're putting it here on the edge. So you're just going to go around, and we're just doing the same thing that we did at the top. Taking our floral pins, and we're just going to do just like that. This is very easy. And you see, I've got it right here on the edge. Okay. Okay, so I need one more. You want to make sure that the ones around the bottom, that you have the same amount as you do at the top. I'm going to slide a couple around to get them more even. This is very easy to do. Just take them out and move them where you want them. Just like that. So now we've got them all around the outside. Okay, so just sit them flat. Make sure all of yours are out just like this. Okay, and then we're going to take our mesh, and you're going to start with just about, a couple of inches like this, and go ahead and turn it over and just make a little loop. You just want this bad end not to show, so we're just going to make a little loop like this, and we're going to start here at the bottom, and you're just going to twist your middle one around just like this. Okay, we're going to leave the other one off, and we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to come up to the top, and we're going to twist here. And this is one, we're not cutting our mesh, so that's a good thing. And now we're going to come back down to the bottom again, and twist. And we're going to do this all the way around. And you can just kind of spread it out just a little as you go around, just like this. Okay, and then we're going to go back up to the top, and you want to leave just a little bit, just like this. You want to leave a little poof right there. So we're just going to twist just like this, and then we're going to go all the way around doing that. Okay, so now we've gone all the way around, and we're just going to continue, and we're going to use our second set of our chenille stems and just continue going around. And you just want to keep doing this until you get it the size that you want it. And even when you can add your next row, as long as you've got chenille stems up here to keep putting them on with, you just keep tying them and get them however large you want. So we want this one to be fairly big, so we're just going to keep on going around. And now you don't have to do as much if you are using the 10-inch or the, you know, you can even use the 21-inch mesh. Any of that, you don't have to do, you know, as many times around. But because we're using the small from Dollar Tree, we are going to have to keep going around and around with it. But it's worth it because we are saving so much money by using the Dollar Tree ribbon. And now this is also, I just took this out of the middle of the mesh, and that would be perfect for making a stem with. So anything like that you can use for sure. And we're just going to keep twisting this with our stems. If you've got one that's out too much, just you can pull it back. But this is so easy. It's just, it takes a little bit of time just to keep going around, but it is very, very easy. And makes a cute little display for your table. You could do several of these in the different colors and in different sizes and just have them around on your table. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start with our next roll. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first time. I'm just going to make my little loop, and I'm just going to start over here at the top. It's not going to show with all of this. It's not going to make any difference. Plus we are going to put something pretty on top, so it's not going to show when it's all finished. This one is pulled out just a little too much, so, and as you're going, just kind of straighten them out. You do want to keep the individual pieces so that it does look more like a pumpkin, but you can straighten it out so that they're a little wider. And don't worry about all of your chenille stems showing, because we're going to get rid of those. You won't see them once we have it completed. This wants to roll up, of course, which is fine. We're just going to keep going around till we get it exactly the size that we want it, and until all of the green is hidden from the foam. And the good thing about this is that you don't have to cut any of your mesh, so you don't have to worry about it raveling and that kind of thing, because you're not actually cutting it. So if you've ever worked with mesh, you know that it does unravel very easily. So that's what makes this one even better. Now I'm starting to get to where I'm going to be ending this, so I want to make sure that my last go round that I get these looking just like I want them to. So just spread them out so that they look good. And so far I've used 2 rolls of mesh, and I think this is probably going to be all that I'm going to use for this one. I'm just straightening out my mesh as I go because I'm at the end now, and I want to make sure I have it just like I want it. And my chenille stems, I'm getting to the end of those, and that is the reason that we do put 2, because it gives you more to work with for each one, because we are going around quite a few times, so that helps having the 2 instead of just 1. If you're using a wider mesh and you're only going to go around a couple of times, you could get by with just using 1 chenille stem around instead of putting the pair of them. I'm just going to use up this roll. We are just about at the end of this roll. So I've got just enough to come back up to the top, so that's what I'm going to do, just bring it right back up to the top. And since I've got the end there, I'm just going to kind of tuck it under and then twist just like that. Now you don't have to do that. You could leave it out and it could be one of your limbs, your leaves if you wanted it to, but I'm going to do something else for my leaves, so I don't want it to be that way. But so there's our pumpkin. Now when you get to the end, you're just going to take your chenille stems and just kind of tuck them under, just like that. But make sure to leave, you want to leave a couple of them out so that you can attach your leaves to them, just like that. But any excess you want to tuck under. And we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. We're just going to go ahead and just tuck all of these in so that you can't see them. But you see how we've left our bottom flat here so that it will still sit on your table well, just like that. Okay, so now I want to attach my stem, so we're going to show you how to make your stem.
So now to make your stem, now you could go outside in your yard, you could find a stick if you wanted to and give it a more rustic look, or you can just use the inside of the mesh roll. You can cut a piece off that or use the whole thing. You could use the inside of a ribbon roll if you wanted to do that. But you are going to need some of this jute ribbon, or rope, I guess you could call it. But now what you want to do, and if you're using a glue gun, you're just going to take the end and you're just going to put just a little bit of glue right there on the end. Now I'm using my glue skillet, so I'm just putting just a little piece there just to secure it. Just a little bit of glue right there. Just get it real secure. And now this is hot glue, so be careful because you don't want to burn yourself. Trust me, I've done it many times. And then you're just going to take that jute rope and you're just going to go around. Now you want to do it pretty tight so that you cover up, you know, most of your cardboard or plastic or whatever. And now every little bit, every couple inches, you want to just put a little bit more glue down there, just to make sure that you've got it really secure. And then you're just going to keep winding it around just like that. And I've got a little staple on here. Just gonna pull that out. You just want to keep scooting it up. Just make sure it's tight and you're covering up all of that cardboard. Okay, so now that we finished adding the twine to make our stem.
Yes, we're going to make our leaves. We're going to put our stem in just a minute, but first we're going to make our leaves. And I've got a different color mesh here. So there again, you can use whatever you prefer, but I just thought this was really pretty because it's variegated. It's got several colors. And you just want to cut a piece. It really, there's no measuring in this, just however long. I would say that's what, about 20 inches, but you can just do whatever size leaves you want.
Yeah, and really, if you want it over the top, you could do bigger, larger
Sure,
leaves.
you could. And we're just going to take it right in the middle, just like that. And yes, they're just kind of going whichever way they want to, and that's what we want. And you're just going to take one of your floral pins, and we're just going to stick it right down in the middle, just like that. And that's going to give us one set of our leaves. Now I'm going to cut another one.
Yeah, and the great thing about this, it does not have to be perfect. In fact, I think it looks even better when it's not absolutely perfect.
I do too. And this one I did just a little shorter because, you know, no leaves are exactly alike, so you don't want them to be exactly alike. And I'm just going to cross over and put this one in the middle again. And I'm using my floral pin and I'm just sticking it right into the foam, just like that. And we've got our leaves. Okay, now I'm going to take my little stem, and you want to put your glue on it. And again, we're using our glue skillet, but you would have your glue gun or whatever, and just go around the bottom of your stem, just like that, whatever you're using for your stem. And then we're just going to push it right down in the middle, just like that.
Oh, it turned out so cute.
Look at that. Isn't that adorable? And you saw how easy that was. And you can see that you can do it. Yeah.
This is one that we've actually made earlier. And we wanted, you know, to do a white pumpkin. We used some of the burlap looking mesh, and then that jute cord ribbon. Stem. And it just turned out so cute.
Yes.
So you can see, you can do different variations of these tabletop pumpkins. You can do them in different sizes. And they really,
and you can do a whole little collection. Do some smaller ones, and you can use different size of the styrofoam to make them larger or smaller. And also, if you wanted to, if it bothers you that you can see the styrofoam on the bottom, you could always cut a piece of felt or just even a piece of cardboard and just glue it to the bottom. But
yeah,
I'm
not
not
bothered
gonna,
by
it
it.
doesn't bother me, so I'm going to leave it just
Yeah.
like that.
No one's really going to see it, but if it does bother you, you could always cover
Certainly you could. So there you go. So I hope you will take time to make one of these. They are so much fun to make and so easy, and all made with Dollar Tree ingredients, I guess you'd say. There you go.
Yes, this is our pumpkin recipe.
This is our pumpkin recipe. Yeah. So
yeah, definitely. This is really inexpensive. It's a fun little project. It makes a really cute decoration, and you can use these Dollar Tree materials and get by. I mean, you could make this for under $5.
Under $5. That's right. So I hope you make them.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a blessed day. Please be sure to check out our blog at gracemonroehome.com. We have tons of DIY tips and tutorials, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, please do that so you don't miss any of our fun projects that we're going to be working on.
That's right. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.